When you hear the term kindness, what does it conjure up in your mind? Does it mean helping old ladies cross the road? Does it mean being good to animals, which you absolutely should do? But what does it actually mean in business, and is there a place for kindness in business? As a spoiler alert, I would say absolutely. I'm going to explain what kindness in business actually means, why you should be doing it, and why it's your magic superpower. Now, kindness, by the way, is not about being soft. Far from it. It's about showing respect, being truthful, and being considerate of the people that you work for and the people you work with, whether it's employees, clients, or partners. It's about being honest and truthful. It's about being patient and showing up when it matters. It's about being appreciative of those who help you, those who don't help you, and acting like a genuine human being and not like a dick. It's often the small things that people appreciate. It's the way that you approach them, it's the way you deal with them, that they will take on board with that. Now, what are some of the attributes and the positive outcomes of being kind? Well, trust. Trust is the foundation of any business, whatever shape it is, that aspires to be successful. When you're kind with your team, when you're kind with your suppliers, your stakeholders, it builds loyalty. It builds those people who want to work with you and who want to work for you. And it's an essential building block of success. As I said, it's not about being effectively somebody who is afraid to encounter the truth. Far from that. But more of that later on. What are the other benefits of that? Now, if you work with people, teamwork, there's no I in that, is really important. And being kind in business, being truthful, being forthright, being certain, being considerate of other people helps build that team ethic. Now, noticing this, by the way, it's not about being unnecessary flattering. It's not about being soft-soaping with people, but it's about open communication. It's about encouraging those to give of themselves. It's about creating people who are going to be good at problem solving and innovation, and that will thrive in a workplace and an environment that is kind and appreciative and respectful of others. We don't have to be the same as other people, but we need to be respectful. What are the other benefits of kindness in business? Well, improving customer rapport, improving customer relationships. Now, customers remember how you made them feel, not necessarily what you did for them. And a kind, considerate approach to customer service will set you apart from your competitors. And that's a great barrier to entry. That aside, it's the good thing to do. Now, when you treat customers with kindness, they're more likely to return and recommend your business to others. And that's going to be worth more than any Facebook advert can do for you. It can turn a one-time buyer into a loyal customer where repeat business and growth is part and parcel of that. Now, I haven't finished, folks. There is more benefits to being kind. Now, kindness is a great way to reduce your own stress and the stress of those around you. Business can be a very harsh landscape. I've got the brochures to show it. Now, kindness helps reduce your own stress and it creates that positive work environment. It's cliched but true, is take less muscles to smile than it does to frown. That environment that you've got, the thing that you can't just impose on people, keeps morale high even in tough times. Positivity leads to a lower staff churn, lower staff turnover, and it gets higher job satisfaction. As I said, kindness is not just about being nice in that old big smiley way. It's about being honest, and even dentists can be kind as well. About being honest, being truthful, having conversations that you might find problematic, recognizing the contributions that people make to you, and being nice and courteous and polite, even when you interact through marketing and social media and the like. When you are kind, strong, owning that space in yourself, it encourages personal development in your team and yourself. Not only does your workforce grow, not only do your suppliers respect that, not only do your customers respect that, it's something that builds a very strong organization. Reputation, very slow to build. It takes a lot of energy to establish your reputation, but it can be destroyed in the click of a finger. Hopefully that was a successful click of the finger. Businesses that generally speaking have that kindness vibe, and you've got to actually demonstrate that, get positive attention. It becomes a great magnet to attract good staff, it becomes a great magnet to keep existing staff. Reputation reinforces the image that you want to represent. Remember, you've got to have reality behind that image as well. Merely going through the motions of pretending that you're kind, pretending that you're nice, but the reality is that you don't have that culture and it's very toxic, will really quickly be discovered. And you don't want that for your business. It's a fact, certainly in my world, that kindness can lead to better decision making. You unclutter your brain, you take out all that negative energy, and you actually are, if you're truly respectful, it improves your decision making. You have a greater build and level of clarity to demonstrate. Decisions, and remember, can be made with kindness underpinning it, being courteous, being respectful, but it doesn't mean you have to always agree with somebody else. Being honest, not being passive aggressive, being forthright, being respectful of other people's opinions, being respectful of other people's behavior, as long as it's not toxic, is something that you should aspire to do. Don't mistake my kindness for weakness, as Al Capone was famed to have said. Kindness creates that positive work environment, and when your employees and your freelancers and the people that you work with feel valued and respected, they're more likely to go that extra yard, or meter I should say, to do the best work they can for you. That's a great spin-off. You get more productivity and better results for the business, and who wouldn't want that for themselves? So folks, there's more to add to this. Loyalty, as we said, kindness is based on loyalty and trust, and that is something that serves as what's called a barrier to entry. So those people who might want to compete with you, if they don't have that same approach in life, they will find it more problematic to retain and keep staff as well. And staff turnover that can be unusually high can be very costly as well. Loyalty comes in many shapes, from customers, from suppliers, your own team. Loyalty is a really difficult thing to establish, but it's great and it's powerful. Now folks, let's conclude. Now, kindness, as I said, I have to emphasize, is not about being soft. It's not about always agreeing with somebody, and it's not about being fake either. It's about being honest in your communication. It's about being respectful of other people. We all view the world through different spectacles. You cannot and you should not have only interactions with people that think exactly the way you do. You don't want to run your business in an echo chamber. Far from it. Resilience is something that you want to aspire to build, and kindness is something you can develop, something you can adopt. And if you feel that you're not very kind yourself in business and you want to improve on that, take micro steps, do one little thing at a time, but be genuine in your interactions with people. Trying to be something that you're not is going to be challenging. Kindness is a great source of strength and stability in situations that present themselves as very challenging. Creating that positive culture requires work, requires application, and requires you to be genuine and honest. If you find that you're lacking in that department, then perhaps that's something you can work on, one kind act at a time. But remember, don't be fake, be genuine. I've aspired in my businesses over the last 3 decades to be kind, to be direct but not rude, to be respectful of other people's opinions. You can have differences, but you need to respect them as well. Now folks, before we conclude, before we wrap up, let me just give you a few tips about how you can go about, on top of what I've said, to practice kindness in your business. It doesn't have to be complicated. There are a few basic steps that you can go through. First of all, we have 2 of these, 1 of these. Listen actively. Pay attention to what others are saying. Don't show that impatience where you want to dive in and vocalize your opinion. You need to be genuine in showing that you value people's input. Appreciation. Demonstrate it and show it. Recognize and celebrate the achievements. No matter how small they might seem to you, they could be quite large and powerful to those who've actually contributed. But remember, be genuine, don't be patronizing. Empathy. Trying to be empathetic, trying to stand in somebody else's shoes and understand things from their perspective is halfway there. That's a great thing to do. Offer the help where it's needed. Be willing to lend a hand. Give genuinely when somebody needs that. And communication. Be honest, be straight, don't waffle, and clearly keep your communication honest and respectful at all times. You'll find, folks, that kindness can be your differentiator. It's good for your mental well-being, it's good for the soul, and it's good for business. It builds trust, fosters teamwork, enhances customer relationships, and reduces your stress. And who wouldn't want that for themselves as well as their business? It boosts your reputation, better decision making will come from that, and far from being a weakness, kindness is a definite strength. It helps drive success, however you define success, and positivity, not passivity, is really what you want. Let me leave you with the words of Pancho Ramos, who said, if you want to be a rebel, be kind. Folks, until next week, happy kindness, happy sharing that kindness out in the world. And check out the show notes, by the way, for our Numbers Know How community, where we aspire to bring businesses together and be kind in the process as well.